Hello guys, welcome to Logical Kaksha. Today is the first day of our lecture series where we are going to cover the Consumer Protection Act 2019. This is a slide that shows the learning outcomes that we are going to cover in this lecture series, but specifically for today we are going to just cover the introduction and need of consumer protection, keeping it short and simple. The first and the foremost question that would arise in anyone's mind is that, am I a consumer? Yes, you are a consumer. When we talk about it in a simple language, a consumer is any person who buys goods or services for his personal use. This means that goods and services are not bought for the purpose of resale. Who is a consumer as per Consumer Protection Act 2019? So, all of us are consumers of goods and services, but when we particularly talk about how a consumer is defined in this act, so consumer for goods is defined separately and consumer for services is defined separately in this act. The proper definition of consumer is given in section 2 clause 7 of Consumer Protection Act 2019. Here let's quickly take a glimpse with a short video that what are the activities that are performed by you as a consumer. You, being a consumer, perform so many activities. That is, when you approach to the market or whenever you go to a general store or any mall, you buy the products of your choice, keeping in mind the MRP of that product, comparing that product to various other companies' products, checking the quality of the product, checking the expiry of the product, ensuring that you are not overcharged for the product and you are charged on MRP of the product. Once you are satisfied, you make the payment to the seller. But on the other hand, there are some consumers who are not aware about these things and they get exploited by the seller. So here comes a new term which means consumer exploitation. What is this consumer exploitation? Consumer exploitation refers to any act of seller where the buyer is taken advantage of. This means that seller uses some or the other malpractice which harms the interest of the buyers. The examples of consumer exploitations are adulteration in goods, where the goods are not of the standard quality. Sometimes some of the general stores weigh less than what they show. On the other hand, sometimes they give you the bad quality of the product. Even you may be charged higher amount of money, whatever is mentioned on the packet of the product. So these are some of the practices which are prevailing in the market by the seller. The question arises, what is the need of consumer protection? The first and foremost thing is that the unawareness among the consumers about their rights and duties. If they are exploited by the sellers, where should they go? Hence, in order to protect the interest of the consumers, consumer protection is very much required. On the other hand, it's the duty of seller, since the seller is using the resources of the society. Therefore, it should be the duty of seller not to harm the interest of the buyers. What is the role of government in protecting the consumer's interest? So, there are various legal protection to consumers which are given through various legislations like Drug Control Act, Agricultural Products Act, Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, Essential Commodities Act, Standard of Weights and Measure Act, Bureau of Indian Standard Act. Therefore, it could be concluded that consumer is the king of the market. And earlier, the maxim was used, the caveat emptor, which means let the buyer be aware. But as the time has changed and now the concept of the caveat venditor is prevailing. This means let the seller be aware.